Communities, and especially those communities of color. Yet those systems are not where they need to be today. We see the failures there. That must end. It has to stop. Additionally, we see that there has to be change. We have to continue to address issues of equality, of equity, and equal treatment under the law. Those are things that are fundamental to who we are as a nation. They're fundamental to who we are as a community. And those things have to change. And we have to extinguish the racism and bias that we see happening around us. That absolutely has to happen. And we can do that by not only having conversations, by not only respecting each other, but taking action. The time is now for us to take the ideas that are out there and put them into action to make sure the things that we have seen happen never happen again.
Does Black Lives Matter?
They do. Black Lives Matter.
That means you'll vote for the legislation that was entered today?
Ma'am, I'm going to...
The reform bill? You're going to support that? Are you going to support the police reform bill that was put on the floor today? You're going to support it? Let's have a commitment to support that bill.
Hey guys. Just be respectful.
Folks, the bottom line is this, is we have to be able to solve our nation's problems. We're not going to solve them by hollering at each other. We're not going to solve them by continuing to make things political. I would argue that between all of us here, Republican and Democrat, that there's enough that we have in common that we can get these things done. We can find the common ground. We can come up with action items. We can make sure that there are changes locally at the state level and at the federal level to get things done. That's what people want to happen. And that's what I am here to do. I can tell you folks that I am in the process of getting folks together across the community, our leaders in the black community, our leaders in law enforcement, our leaders in government, to come together to form an action committee to be able to get things done. The time for talk is in the past. Let's come up with things that can happen at the local level, yes, at the state level, and the federal level to make change and to make sure that's lasting change.
Yes.
What you see here today is that first step, because I believe we're at one of those tipping points where people have said, you know what? Enough is enough. We're not going to tolerate these things happening anymore. And the way we do that is to come together. Listen, we can be very enthusiastic about how we feel about things. But if we're going to have the type of change that's going to work, it has to transect every sector of our community, of our commonwealth, and our nation. Yeah. That's the way lasting change takes place. And yes, Black lives do matter. Yeah. I want to make sure that we take your ideas, your thoughts, and bring them to action. That's what really matters, yes, is not only Black lives, but the ideas and the thoughts that come across the community to make change. That's where we have to be. That's what has to happen. And again, if we look past our differences and look to those things that we have in common, it's amazing what we can get done. If we don't care who gets the credit for what happens, it's amazing what we can get done. If we look into our own hearts and souls and ask ourselves, what is in my heart? What can I do? What can I do along with my neighbors? What can I do along with my community to make life different? Then life will become different. Our communities will change. Our state will change. Our nation will change. And it's because of everything that's going on here today that's going to make that happen. So folks, thank you so much for your efforts today. Thank you for coming out today and being part of this. It shows that you care. It shows too that we will be stronger together. Right. Folks, may God continue to bless you. May God bless our great Commonwealth of Virginia, and may God bless our United States of America.
Yeah.